Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Arkham Horror 2nd edition and the horror at the museum. Yes, we are taking on Rantagoth and we're having a bit of a laugh, so we may as well get straight into it. Yes, Catweazle's cock-up corner. Jenny is still cursed, unfortunately. Although we rolled that 6 during upkeep, you actually have to roll a 1 during upkeep to get rid of the curse. It's the same as a blessing. It's a bit counterintuitive for the curse, because you sort of get hardwired to having to roll 6s to achieve anything, you know, to get success. So rolling a 1 to actually get rid of the curse is a bit counterintuitive, but it's right there on the card and I missed it. I think I've done it once before. But and I've probably house ruled that I got rid of the curse, but I'm not going to do it this time. It's my own fault. I should have read the card. So poor old Jenny. I think she'll be alright, we've got a plan. She's certainly hoping she'll be alright, but we'll see how we go, but should be okay. Yes, it's just one of those things in the game. There are a couple of other things that are a bit counterintuitive in the game, and we actually had one. We got a colour out of space monster, if you recall, and that monster had special movement. Well, in fact, it didn't move at all. It stayed where it was. But when its movement symbol came up, instead of moving, what you had to do was roll a die. And if you rolled a 4, 5 or a 6, you actually lost a sanity. Everybody lost a sanity. All the investigators lost a sanity in Arkham, which is a bit odd. A Chthonian monster's very similar, except you lose stamina. And it's just odd that in rolling a 4, 5 or a 6, that you actually lose a sanity or a stamina. You'd think it'd be if you roll a 1, 2 or a 3, you'd lose it. It's just one of those odd things in the game. It is a bit of a quirky game. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. So unfortunately, Jenny is still cursed. As I say, I think we'll get away with it. Well, she might still get devoured and things, but we've got a plan to get rid of the curse, and hopefully she won't die. But we'll see. It keeps it exciting, doesn't it? So that's it for Catweazle's cock-up corner. Other than that, I think we're fine. Nobody else has pointed anything else out. Oh, one thing to mention. Did get pointed out a couple of turns ago, and I forgot. The condition to win, whereby you close all the gates. I didn't mention every part of the condition. That's my fault. I was just I was more concerned with the actual closing the gates and the find gate spell. But you have to close, when you do that, you have to have gate trophies that equal the number of investigators that you have. So in our case, we would have to close all the gates on the board and have 4 gate trophies as well. So just to point that out. I didn't mention it because I was more concerned with mentioning, you know, I could have got a second find gate spell. But anyway, that's cleared that up, and I think we're fine now. We can get into the upkeep phase. And here we are with Charlie Kane. He is our lead investigator for this turn. Good old Charlie. Alright, now he's got a retainer. We don't have to roll for it this turn. I've just put the die there. You do get a turn's grace. Because he got it as part of his personal story, it's very lucky. It's one of the perks of having it as your personal story. So because he got it in the upkeep phase last turn, he did get $2 last turn because it was the upkeep phase, but he doesn't have to roll for it this upkeep phase because he gets a turn's grace. Normally you'd get a retainer during the Arkham encounter phase, but he got it in the upkeep phase because of his personal story, but he still gets a turn's grace, so we don't have to roll for it this turn. So we'll give him the extra $2. He's got $5. Why has he not got $6? Because he's going to pay $1 to reload the Magnum. So he's going to reload that. But he's just going to keep that in his pocket because he's actually packing the 45 and the enchanted knife. So I'll put this dollar over there into the supply. All right. Okay, Charlie. What's he going to do? I think I was going to send him to the general store with the possibility of him spending some of his money to, you know, perhaps get a motorbike or something to help with movement. But I think we've got to pick up clues, especially him. I would like him to have a clue so he could use his settle down ability. Now he's past his personal story, that only costs 1 clue. So if he has a single clue, he will be able to stop a terror track movement. And that's what we're going to have to really keep under control in this game. So that being said, he either needs to get to the graveyard or the Black Cave. He could go to the Unvisited Isle. He's got enough movement to go there, but the Unvisited Isles, it's grim. It's grim. The Black Cave isn't much better, to be honest. So we'll probably send him to the graveyard, I think. And he'll need 3 movement for that, so he's going to use 1 of his focus. Put his movement up to 3. Other than that, he's got 1 focus left. I don't think he needs to change too much, actually. I think he's okay. So we'll keep it at that. And yes, we'll get him to pick up a clue. He'll just have to go back to the Bank of Arkham and do the safety deposit key at another time. He's going to be a bit of a monster killer along with Hank. So there's going to be a monster pops up downtown or whatever. So he'll end up back up there or in Northside, and he'll just have a chance to do the safety deposit key then. But for the time being, let's get him that clue to give us a bit of terror track insurance. So that is it for Charlie Kane. Next up is Hank Sampson. And here we are with Hank. Very easy for Hank. He's got to get to South Church, spend these monster trophies, and get Jenny blessed. Now to get there, he needs 3 speed. He's got 3 speed. That's fine. I am going to move his focus though. We'll just use his 2 focus, put his fight down to 3, and have his will at 2. It'll just give him a bit of insurance should he fail a combat check. He'll have 2 will, and hopefully he'll be able to make the horror check. Because he's got the shotgun, you know, he should be fine. He should be fine with the actual combat side of the check. So, but we'll keep an eye on that. So, yeah, bob into South Church. He's going to spend those trophies. He's going to try and bless Jenny. I don't think there's anything else we do at upkeep with Hank. So, yeah, that's it for him. Next up is Jenny Barnes. And here we are with Jenny. Fortunately, she's not speaking to me. But she loses a stamina, unfortunately, because she is cursed at the start of the upkeep phase. So she's down to 1 stamina. Oh, it's getting close. Alright, we do get a roll for her stupid curse. We need a 1 now. Don't need a 6. We need a 1. Come on, a bloody 1. Oh, 2. A bloody 2. Nearly did it. Good job we've got Hank with 5 toughness trophies. Oh, God. Yeah, rolled a 2. Unlucky. We don't have to roll for the bank loan this turn. Turns grace on that. And what is she going to do? Well, we need to get down to St Mary's Hospital. Even if we get the curse off her, so she doesn't lose a stamina next turn through the curse, we've got to heal her up. she's just there on a single stamina, and that is just bad news. So she's going to use her speed. That's obviously going to change. She's going to use a 1 focus to put speed up to 3. And that will be able to get her to Miskatonic University streets. So the turn after, she can get into St Mary's Hospital. As I say, we should be able to get rid of the curse, so she won't lose her stamina at the start of next upkeep phase. But we've got 2 turns where she's got single stamina. This turn and next turn. Then, once she's in St Mary's Hospital, she'll be able to spend some of her lovely money, $2 worth, and get herself back up to 4 stamina. Alright, oh, she also got a trust fund, hasn't she? So, she now has $11. Put that in there, like that. I don't think there is anything else. No, that's it for Jenny. And who's next? Diana Stanley. And here we are with Diana. First things first. She has to roll for her blessing. A 3. Whew. Nice one. So she keeps a blessing. That'd have been pretty cruel if we'd got a 1 then. So she keeps a blessing. That's great news. Look at all those clues, aren't they? Beautiful. Beautiful. And yeah, and because of all those clues, she's got to spend 5 of them. So she's going to go from 13 clues back to 8. And with these, she's going to complete her personal story. Woohoo! Put those back in the supply. Let's have a look at the personal story. So here we are. I shall use my new skills. So we've passed because Diana's at the police station. It's the upkeep phase, and she may spend 5 clue tokens to place the mole in place. So we're going to do that, Mr. Moley. Here we are. The mole. Sheriff Engel gaped at the assembled evidence. Is this for real? Diana nodded. Carl Sanford. I can't believe it. The sheriff stood, running a hand through his hair. Dingby, come on. We're paying a visit to the Silver Twilight Lodge. Diana's focus is increased by 1, so it's now going to be 2 focus that she's got. When Diana has inner circle encounters, she draws 1 extra card, encountering whichever one she chooses. So there we go. Now we've got a decision to make. Now she's completed her personal story, are we going to discard the blessing in order to discard the Silver Twilight Lodge membership? No, we are not. My advice to anybody playing this scenario would be, yes, do that. Do get rid of that. Do get rid of the Silver Twilight Lodge membership. It will give you better chances of winning. Why am I not doing it? Well, I'm just an old role player at heart, and she's part of the Silver Twilight Lodge. The thing, you know, it's actually called the Mole. And yes, she's having a chat with the sheriff, and he said, you know, right, I want you to come out and we'll deal with it from here. And she, in proper, you know, pulp fiction fashion, she's gone, no, I want to like keep an eye on it all from the inside. So she's going to put herself in danger for the public good to keep an eye on the Silver Twilight Lodge. I'll probably end up regretting that when we lose the game, but that's what she's going to do. We can always get, if we start getting a load of cultists on Rantagoth's sheet, what we can start doing then is we can just get her blessed again. So although she's got a blessing, Oh, she can spend, you know, 5 clues. She can spend 5 clues anytime she wants to get rid of that. So we'll just keep an eye on it. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. If we do start getting too many cultists on Rantagoth's sheet, then she will, you know, she'll call to Sheriff, give Sheriff Engel a call and say, you've got to pull me out, got to pull me out. And we'll do that. But it'll make it a bit exciting for us, won't it? So she cannot use that blessing to get rid of her Silver Twilight Lodge membership. However, as well as spending 5 clues, if somebody else was to bless her again, then they could use that second blessing, yeah, to get rid of the Silver Twilight Lodge membership. But as it is, she's going to keep it. Now, she's got 8 clues. She's going to go into the Independent Square gate. She can get there. She's got 3 movement. So she'll just pop into the Independent Square. It's not guarded by a monster. And I think rather than to Yuggoth, she'll go to another dimension. Another dimension. It's got all 4 colours when you draw a gate card. Hopefully we'll get a green one, which are a bit easier. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. She's gonna pop up to Independence Square. Is there anything else that we want to do? Well, she's now got 2 focus, and I think what we are going to do, we're going to use one of those. I still want her to have a little bit of luck to go up to 5. Then, because she's not going to have 2 turns in the other world. Hopefully, she will pass. She will cast and pass Find Gate, which means she's only got 1 turn in the other world. So let's just bump her lore up a bit, because that's what she's going to try and shut the gate with. She's going to have to spend 1 turn in another world, which is why I don't want her luck to be on 1. So I could use 2 focus, because she's now got 2 focus to put it up at 6. But I'd like it to have 2 luck. So the reason for that is when you're in another world, there does tend to be a few luck checks. So let's just cover that off slightly. End of next turn, for when she casts Find Gate, we'll bump it up to 6, because we definitely want to shut the gate, and it's a -3 gate. -3 gate, 6 dice, so it'll go down to 3 dice, but we will have, well, hopefully we'll still be blessed, and she'll be rolling 3 blessed dice, and hopefully we'll do it. We shall see. So that's it for her. We won't be using Vision Quest or anything, just checking. Yeah, she's just going straight to Independence Square, so nothing else, I don't think. That's it for her. She's passed the personal story. She's got a job to do in another world, and let's get on to the movement phase. And here we are at the movement phase, and here we are with Charlie Kane. There he is up in the downtown streets. Alright, and a change of heart. He's going to go to the Black Cave, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to pick up that clue. Awesome. Why have I sent him there? Just because I thought, you know, it's Black Goat of the Woods and all that. He doesn't have a Cult of the Thousand membership, but he's an investigator. He must have been hearing that there's dodgy stuff going on in like the Unvisited Isle, the Black Cave and the woods. So he's decided to go to the Black Cave, check it out. So he's gone there. That's it for his movement. Next up is Hank Sampson. And here we are with Hank. He's in the Miskatonic University streets. He's got 3 movement. So he's going to go 1 into French Hill, 2 into Southside, and 3 into South Church. That's his movement. After him, it is, I was going to say Diana Stanley, but it isn't. No, it's Jenny Barnes. And here we are with Jenny Barnes. There she is. Can you see her? The distance, the far distance, the Bank of Arkham. She's got 3 movements. So she's going to go 1 to downtown, 2 to the Merchant District streets, and 3 to the Miskatonic University streets. She's on her way to the hospital. She's not feeling too good. Right, that is it for Jenny. Now it is Diana Stanley. And here we are with Diana Stanley. She's at the cop shop. She's got 3 movements. She's going to go 1 to East Town, 2 to downtown, and 3 to Independence Square. She's going to try and sort that gate out. How will she go on? We shall see. Alright, that's it for the movement phase. Next up is the Arkham encounter phase. And here we are with Charlie. He's in the Black Cave. That's a Rivertown location. So we need the purple Rivertown deck. Give it a cut. And we will see what we get. So we are in the Black Cave. There we are. This is a mystic place where meditation may have strange effects. If you wish to try to meditate, make a will +0 check. Now, his will is 4 because of Brian Dean and his +1 will. So I think we're going to have a go at that. Rolling 4 dice. Sounds good. So let's see if we can get a success. We can't. We failed. I'm not going to spend that clue. I'm just going to have a quick look. I don't think he's got anything that'll help him either. Oh, he does. He does. We've got another die. Because of his fine clothing. +1 to all skill checks during Arkham encounters. So he does have another die. Come on, Charlie. So we roll this. 6, yes. Oh, skin of our teeth. Skin of our teeth. Thank God for his fine clothing. Though quite how that helps him out in a Black Cave, I'm not so sure. We did have the lucky cigarette case as well. So if his fine clothing hadn't worked, we could have re-rolled everything. But yes, his fine clothes worked. Ooh, just got away with that one. Close, close. If you pass, draw 1 spell. Not bothered about the fail condition. You can read that. But we passed and we get a spell. Here is the ridiculous spell deck. Again, it's been shuffled, so I'm just going to do a cut. Save messing about. What have we got? We have got Markings of Isis. There we are. I'll read that now. I'll just put the rest of the spell deck back. Won't be a moment. In you go. Right. Markings of Isis. Casting modifier is special. Sanity cost 0. We do like a spell with a sanity cost of 0. Magical spell. Any phase. Cast and exhaust to pass a horror check. The casting modifier is equal to the monster's horror rating. Black. Oh, it's Curse of the Dark Pharaoh as well. Curse of the Dark Pharaoh spell. Excellent. Very thematic. So we'll put that on Charlie Kane's sheet. Might try and give that to Diana or Jenny at some point. They're slightly better at spell casting than he is. So that's it for that. And pop that away. Shuffle it back in. As you have to do with the location decks. But we've got, they're quite big, these location decks. That's pretty good. So very little chance we'll get the same one again. Alright, well, put it back in the right place, Paul. Duh. Yes, so we did a Black Cave location there. He's not a member of the Cult of the Thousand, so even though it's a Cult of the Thousand location, he didn't do a Cult of the Thousand encounter. Okay, well done, Charlie. Got yourself a spell, lad. Nice one. Next up, Hank Sampson. And here we are with Hank. Now, he's not going to have a location card for Southside, because he's going to do the boxed text encounter here under South Church. Blessing. Instead of having an encounter here, you may spend 5 toughness worth of monster trophies or 1 gate trophy to have any investigator you choose to be blessed. So he's going to spend these, and that adds up to 5. These go back into the monster bag, which is okay. Normally, you know, putting monsters back in the bag, you think, oh. But in this particular scenario, remember, we don't want cultists to come out. So the more monsters we have in the bag that are not cultists, it means our chances of not pulling a cultist are increased. So we don't mind putting them back in this particular scenario. However, blessing. I don't have to get a blessing card because we're going to bless Jenny Barnes. And when you bless somebody who's got a cursed card, they just lose the cursed card. So we'll take that and the die that we had on her player sheet, and we'll get rid of it so she's not cursed anymore. Yay! Well done, Hank. Well done. Alright, that's it for Hank. Next up, it is Jenny Barnes. And here we are with Jenny. Very, very quick for Jenny. She is in a street location, therefore she does not have an encounter. The Ancient Whispers marker isn't there, so just a bog standard street location. She doesn't have an encounter. Alright, that is it for her. Next up, it's Diana. And there's Diana. But she doesn't have a encounter in Independence Square. Why? Because we have a gate. She is going through the gate. So straight through the gate, and she's going to go to the first half of another dimension. That is another world. So in order to see what happens, we need to go into the other world encounter phase, and that's next. And here it is, the Otherworld encounter phase, our first one, I think, of this particular playthrough. Alright, just before we get into that, just one thing I want to mention, and it's about phases in Arkham Horror. It's vitally important. Anybody who's watching this, you know, thinking, oh, I want to learn how to play the game, very unlikely, seeing it's out of print now, but just let's say you find it in a dusty trunk up in an attic and decide to play it, you know, like Jumanji. Bit of as far as phases go, you have to follow the phases. Please follow them. It makes the game so much easier. I have seen people on YouTube who should know better who don't. They'll sort of mash phases together to try and save time, because you know, it's very easy when you've played a game a lot just to go like, oh, I know what I'm doing. But if you don't follow the phases, it'll trip you up, this game, because as we've seen, you know, it's got all quirky little rules that you've got to keep, you know, an eye on. Not following the phases is one of the main reasons on quite a few YouTube videos that I've seen where people like make mistakes. And I'll just show you an example of how you can make a mistake. Some people run the Arkham encounter phase, the movement phase, with Diana there. When she moved into Independence Square, they'd have immediately put her in another dimension. Yeah, they'd just gone wallop. put her in another dimension as part of the movement phase. Don't do that. Always do the encounter phase and then push them through the gate. It seems like, well, why can't you just save some time? Here's an example with find gate. So just have a quick look at that and read through it. You have to cast it in the movement phase, yeah? Once you cast it, you can exhaust it and you can return from another world. I have seen this happen. People run the movement phase, get to where the gate is, place them over here, for example, they'll whiz them over here, and then they'll try and cast find gate, but it's not the movement phase anymore. Yeah, they've sort of like, the brains missed the fact that there's an Arkham encounter phase, then another world encounter phase in between, and they'll cast find gate. It's wrong. Can't do that. So it's just an example of phases. Always follow the phases. That's why I make a big deal in my videos of actually having, you know, the screen breaks, where I say it's the upkeep phase and then we go into another phase. It comes up on the screen, all of that. The reason is it keeps it straight in your mind. And that's how you can make mistakes if you don't stick to the phases. So please stick to the phases. It'll help you out. You won't get confused. Well, you probably still get confused, but not as confused as you might get. I still get confused, and I do it properly. But yes, so always follow the phases. You'll find it a lot easier. So we can't use find gate until the next movement phase, which means we do have to have an encounter in another dimension. So let's get the ridiculous deck out. This hasn't even got all the gate cards in the game. It'd be about, that's about a third of the, yeah. So just goes to show how big this deck is. But because we're only using Miskatonic Horror and Curse of the Dark Pharaoh and the Black Goat ones, as well as the core ones, obviously, we've got about a third of the total deck here. So again, it's been shuffled. I'm not going to try and shuffle a huge deck like that, so I'm just going to cut it. So I've left one on there, but it doesn't matter. This is going to be the one up here. It's yellow. We can have any colour. Can you see those? We can have any colour. And what we're looking for is another dimension. Now we've got Relay, Dreamlands and other here. We're going to pick another one, just on the off chance we do get another dimension. So we'll pick the next one. If this one doesn't have another dimension, then we'll just read the other. We do not have other dimension, another dimension, so we'll read other. Pass a luck -1 check to discover a vital document, gain 2 clue tokens. Ooh. So we've got to pass a luck -1 check. What's a luck? Oh, it's only 2 now. I put it down, didn't I? So she's got a single die, but she is blessed. She is blessed, so we need a 4, 5 or a 6. And on this one, it may be worth spending a clue, because we'll get 2 clues if we actually succeed at it. But let's have a go. A 1. Oh, good job we didn't do that. What is it? Good job we didn't do that in the when we rolled for a blessing. We're going to spend, is it worth spending 1 to roll again? No, I'm not. I'm not going to spend a clue. She's got 8. We need as many as we can. We'd have a small chance there of you know, getting a net gain of 1 clue. But I'm not going to go for it after rolling a 1. So I'll take Lady Luck's hint there, and we'll stop there. Nothing bad's happened. That is the main thing. Alright, so that is it for Diana. That is it for the Otherworld encounters. And that means it's the laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are at the laugh and the chuckle phase. We love it. Yeah, we definitely need to start sealing gates. Come on, Diana. Yeah, there's 4 gates out. There's going to be a 5th now. So we're going to have to crack on. Try and close a few of these. Anyway, right. So, laugh and chuckle card. We'll pop that on there and let's see what we get. That's going to focus. There we go. Okay, it should be coming up on your screen shortly. It's oh, we have got an environment card now. Egyptian exhibit visits Miskatonic U. Okay, so we've got another gate. We've got a gate at the witch house. Okay, pop that on there. Take the clue away. Bummer. Put that there. Because we'll probably have to move that somewhere. Where did I put that? Doom token. There we go. Doom goes on. 5 doom. No. No. We need an actual gate. That's what I need. So, get this. Stop these sticking together. I've got hiccups now. Great. Great. Just the thing when I'm in the middle of presenting something. Oh, we've got a lurker at the threshold gate. Hiccups have put me off. Oh, there we go. City of the Great Race +0. I can't remember what that symbol means. I'll flash it up on the screen. But triangle monster movement gate. City of the Great Race. And it was the witch house, wasn't it? So we'll pop it in there. Whenever you get a gate, it's a monster. Monster. What we got? Oh, black-bordered. Every time a black-bordered monster comes out, I'm thinking, no, don't be a cultist. And it isn't, fortunately. It is a serpent person. -2 to evade. It's a crescent moon monster. On the back. It's magically resistant, so at least it's not immune. It's also elusive. And while Serpent People is a monster trophy, it may be spent after failing a combat check to add +3 bonus to the dice roll. Oh, right, very good. -1 on the horror check, could lose 2 sanity. -2 on the combat check, could lose 4 stamina. Oh, at least it's only 1 toughness. I think Hank or Charlie will be able to deal with that. Let's put it on a monster stand. And we'll put it in the witch house. Okay, so that's the monster. See where this clue goes. Oh, bit of luck on the clue. It's going to the Black Cave. Oh, and Charlie's there. So Charlie picks it up. He's now got 2 clues. That'll do. Nice work, Charlie. 2 clues. Like it, son. Carry on. Monster movement. We've got pluses on white and crescent moons on black. The ghost doesn't move. It's a yellow bordered monster, so that's going to stay at the woods. Our serpent person moves though. It goes out into French Hill. And what else? That's a circle monster. That's not going to move. We haven't got any other monsters. We've only got 3 monsters knocking around. Good. But the Ancient Whispers marker didn't move this turn. So it'll move now on Crescent Monster Movement. Crescent's is black, so it'll go up to East Town. The Ancient Whispers marker is now in East Town. So all that leaves is to actually read the card. Egyptian exhibit visits Miskatonic U. Environment urban. Any investigators who end their movement in the Miskatonic University streets may pass a Law -1 check to gain one clue token by reading the strange hieroglyphics on the artifacts in the exhibit. Ooh, funky. So it's not too bad though, is it? So we'll put that there. Oh, let's do it properly. Let's do it properly. So I'll get one of my little funky stands and pop this up there. We may as well use all the tokens. We've got them. So just use one of these tokens so we know something is going on at the Miskatonic University. So we'll put that token there. And we'll know to check the Mythos card, which is up there. Really should put that on the stand. I'll put that on the stand off camera. And yeah, so we know something's going on in the Miskatonic University streets. Good, 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 good. Oh, for God's sake, don't forget to move Jenny back. I had in the unnameable there, moved her out of the way. Yes, so she's actually at Miskatonic University streets. Obviously, that happened after she got there, so she can't do that law check. And in order to do it next turn, she'd have to stay where she is, but she's definitely not doing that. She is going to St Mary's Hospital. Not a bad turn, again. Gates are getting a little out of hand. We're going to have to sort Gates out. But we should close and seal one next turn, because Diana is going to cast Find Gate. She's blessed. Well, please pass it. Please pass the blessing at the upkeep. Should be able to pass Find Gate, get back into Arkham, and then during the Arkham encounter phase, she should be able to seal that gate. Again, if she's blessed, it's a lot easier. She'll be rolling the blue dice. She's got enough clues both to shut it and to seal it, and that'll help. We'll go back to Independence Square. We could go back to the Science Building, but that is a low frequency gate, the Science Building. So we'll keep that. In fact, it might be better to go back to the Science Building, because it is a low frequency gate. There's very little chance of the Science Building coming out again, whereas there's a high chance we will get an Independence Square one. I'll think about that. The reason I want to shut Independence Square is because it's a difficult gate to shut. It's a -3 gate, and she is blessed. So I've got a bit of a quandary there. Do I do the low frequency gate, because there's very little chance of another one coming out for the Science Building, whereas we've got every chance of another one for the Independence Square coming out. But if we're going to seal it, I think we can afford to shut Independence Square. Yeah, we'll do Independence Square, because if we do actually seal it, so long as we don't get a gate burst, which are even rarer than low frequency gates, we should be fine. So yes, she will go to Independence Square. And everybody else, well, Charlie, he could have a go at killing this monster here, but there's only 3. There's only 3, and he's got 2 clues now to stop any potential terror track movement. So he may go to the graveyard actually and just pick up that clue. Let's get another clue. And if he can get 5, let's get him shutting gates. Why not? Why not? So he'll go and try and pick up that clue at the graveyard, I think. Hank, what's Hank going to do? There are no clues near him at all. He'd have to go up to the unvisited isle, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can make it. He can make it. He might go to the unvisited isle, pick up that clue. And Jenny is definitely going to St Mary's Hospital. So that's pretty much the plans. We'll leave it at that. I don't want to strategise too much. I may well change my mind in the interim when we do actually start playing episode 5. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the likes and the dislikes. Thank you for the subscriptions and all the views. You are a set of stars. Everybody who has tipped me a brew at Ko-fi.com, thank you so much. You are very, very kind indeed. Anybody who's liked the videos over at BGG, I've actually uploaded them now. So anybody who's made a comment over there, drop Geek Gold, anything of that nature, thank you so much. That is it for episode 4 of Arkham Horror 2nd edition and the Horror at the Museum. I hope you join me for episode 5. But until then, just before I sign off, any mistakes, if you've seen any mistakes, let me know. And I'll try and fix it for next turn. Right, okay, it's time for me to say ta-ta. Toodaloo.